We're using the oceans generally as a dumping ground to put stuff. We can't keep on doing this. This is the heartbeat of the planet. This is what keeps us alive. And if we don't look after the seas, then the future is pretty bleak.
I'm Molly, and I'm up here in Scotland with the Case for Change to tell the story of Bernie. Bernie is a Deputy Director of the Sea Mammal Research Unit who are working closely with Marine Scotland to try and find out exactly why there's been a decline in the number of harbour seals here in the Orkney Islands. I've actually got the chance right now to go and talk to Bernie himself to find out a little bit more about how Vodafone are helping the research before he heads out to sea for the day. Bernie, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Lovely to meet you. Thank you. How are you doing?
Hey.
So you and your team are doing some incredible work out here with the seals.
The problem is that the harbour seal population in the north of Scotland, the east coast, has gone down by about 70% in the last 10 years, and that's ringing all sorts of alarm bells. So we've got lots of ideas of why this might be the case, but one of the things we have to do is to work out where the seals are feeding, because it could be something to do with their food supply. So this is where Vodafone and GSM comes together, because we've developed, well, I'll show you here. This is a mobile phone. Now, it's a special mobile phone. It's a mobile phone for a seal, so we can track seals wherever they go at sea, and when they come near shore again, that information is relayed via the mobile phone system. Seals, they don't have pockets, so we've got to attach them somehow, and they're not very good at holding onto the mobile phone, so we glue the phone to their fur.
So what kind of information are you getting from this device?
Well, the primary thing is location. So we've got a specialised GPS, so every couple of minutes when the animal comes to the surface after, say, a 5-minute dive, then we'll get a GPS location, and that's stored, and the depth to which it dives, so we know is it feeding on the seabed or in the middle of the water column or near the surface. All the depths of the dives are recorded.
What exactly will you be doing today?
We have identified some of the feeding areas used by the local animals. And so what we're doing today is looking to see what fish species are actually out there. So we've got an underwater camera, we've got a sonar system here, and we've actually going to be doing some fishing to find out what species of fish the animals might actually be feeding on, because that could be the clue.
So Bernie and Elsa have headed out for the day on their boat to conduct some more research in and around the Orkney Islands here in Scotland. I have given them a GoPro, so hopefully they're going to capture some of the action for us to show us really what goes on the boat, whilst we head around the island and see what wildlife we can spot from the shore. Successful day.
Yeah, a successful day, a hard day. It was fairly windy, but we managed to get some fish from the areas where the seals are.
Amazing. So you've got some samples of the fish that you think the seals could be feeding on. What happens next? Do they go back into the lab?
Yep, they go back into the lab and they're analysed to see if there's anything special about these fish. There could be toxins from harmful algal blooms which are being picked up by the seals, and it's causing them problems. If it is algal blooms, then we have to think, what's the cause of algal blooms? And often it's caused by too much nutrients going into the sea and just causing an imbalance. We have to think more carefully about how we use the oceans, and we don't use the oceans as a dumping ground and for runoff, etc. You know, it's a living system. If we don't take care of it, it will get ill, and this could be one of the symptoms we're looking at just now.
So what is it that we can be doing at home to help make a difference?
We can do plenty of things to make a difference. We can stop buying plastic bags and throwing them in the ocean. We can recycle things more, and we can reduce our own individual carbon footprints. Tiny actions multiplied by hundreds of millions of people every day, that will be a global changing event.
I've had an amazing few days up here in Scotland, getting to know Bernie and getting an insight into the amazing work that him and his team are doing to preserve life underwater. Now, we already know that our actions as humans are having a global impact on the land and the sea, but having this up close and personal experience has really shown me that the implications are real, they're happening, and we need to make a change.